Hey guys, what's up? My name is Sean Manin. Today, pag-usapan natin itong mga nagbabagang sagutan between the Office of the Ombudsman, Governor Gwen Garcia, at umepal na po si Bangag Jr. So, he's trying to save Governor Gwen Garcia when in fact, alam naman natin kung bakit nilang ginagawa yun. Kung tutusin, marami pong mga tawag dito, mga governor, mayor o politiko na Duterte align ang pinasuspinde ng DILG. Pero walang statement na nilabas si Bongbong Marcos. Bakit kaya? Kayo na makakasagot niyan. Pwede nyo ring hulaan, pwede nyo bigyan ako ng idea as to bakit kaya nagkaroon ng concern itong si Bangag Jr. sa suspension ni Governor Garcia. Okay. So, mag-throwback lang tayo ng konti. No? Tingnan natin yung timeline. So, basically, noong April 29, may nakita tayong breaking news galing sa Freeman. Ayon kay the Freeman breaking news, the Office of the Ombudsman has ordered the 6 months preventive suspension of Governor Gwendolyn Garcia for grave abuse of authority, gross misconduct, serious dishonesty, gross negligence, conduct prejudicial to the best interest of the service, and the violation of Article 6713. The Freeman verified the information through a Philippine Star reporter who asked Ombudsman Samuel Martires through Viber if there is a suspension order against Garcia, and Martires replied as a yes. So basically, totoo to dahil nag-react nga po si Governor Gwen Garcia. So this is a statement galing from her. Sabi niya, I would also like to clarify a few key facts. The complainant Moises, take note, sinisisi niya sa mga Duterte sa mga Duterte na naman, no? Baka nakakalimutan yata ni Governor Gwen na kung hindi dahil kay VP Sara, hindi magiging Department of Tourism Secretary ang kanyang anak na si Cristina Frasco. Diba? So ayon nga sa kanya, the complainant Moises Garcia, Dayparin, is the founder of the Duterte Riders team and is openly affiliated with partisan political groups. So hindi ko alam kung ano ang gustong ipahiwatig dito ni Governor Garcia. The suspension order was issued by the Ombudsman Samuel Martires, a known Duterte appointee, and was released with a barely 2 weeks before the election. Again, Duterte na naman. The suspension is illegal as it violates Section 26261 of the Omnibus Election Code, which explicit states that any public official who suspends any elected provincial, city, municipal, or barangay officer without prior approval of the commission shall be guilty of an election offense. This applies during the official election period, which is May 2025. Election runs from campaign period from January 12 to June 11, 2025. Ayon to sa COMELEC Resolution Number 10902. No COMELEC approval was secured prior to the issuance of the suspension. That we don't know yet, okay? The special permit in question was issued only out of necessity to address the critical water shortage affecting Cebu City and 7 other LGUs. And this was done in full coordination with DNR, AMBD, the affected LGUs, with Sangguniang approval after the province was declared under the state of calamity. So basically, we are not very much aware yung content ng reklamo dito kay Governor Garcia. Okay? Ngayon, syempre, nagbigay ng statement dyan si Bangag Jr., which is sobrang nakakatawa. Diba? Ano sabi dito? I have been made aware of the preventive suspension issued against Governor Gwendolyn Garcia of Cebu. Let me be clear. In a time like this, so close to the election, it is vital that we uphold the rule of law and observe the due process. Ito yung nakakatawa. Dito nga ako natatawa sa sinasabi ni Bongbong Marcos. Imagine niyo sa kanya nang galing to, i-uphold daw ang rule of law and observe due process, which is basically, yun yung hindi nila ginawa nung panahon ni PRRD. Diba? Oh. Any action that affects the mandate of a duly elected official must go through the proper channels and the accordance with the Constitution and the Omnibus Election Code. Bakit? Ano ba ang Office of the Ombudsman? Hindi ba sila proper channel? Sa kanila nga inahain yung complaint eh. Diba? Kinakalaban ba ni Bongbong Marcos ang Office of the Ombudsman? Pini-question ba nila ang authority ng Office of the Ombudsman? Governor Garcia has served Cebu with strength and consistency until all legal questioning surrounding the suspension are resolved. She deserves to be treated fairly and with the respect owed to her office. Nakakatawa naman. Una-una sa lahat, binigay niyo rin ba yan kay PRRD? Diba? Was PRRD treated fairly? Oh. Tapos respect owed to her office? Bakit? Sino ba nagluklok kay Governor Garcia? Hindi ba ang taong bayan? Kung gusto niya maging magandang ehemplo as a government, as a public servant, bakit hindi siya sumunod sa sinasabi ng Office of the Ombudsman? Let us not all allow politics to get into the way of public service. Bakit? Sa tingin niyo ba namumulitika ang Office of the Ombudsman dito? We must always be guided by the law, by prudence, and by what the best of the Filipino people. Putang ina, gamit na naman ng Filipino people. Itong pinaka-statement ni Bongbong Marcos, nagbumerang lang sa kanya. The way I see it. Dahil hinihingi niya yung bagay na ipinagkait niya kay PRRD. Hinihingi niya yung mga bagay na ipinagkait niya rin sa ibang mga pinasuspindi nila. Diba? Nagbigay ba ng komento si Bongbong Marcos? Tungkol sa mga nasuspend na mayor, governor ng DILG? Nagbigay ba siya ng statement doon? Wala naman, diba? So bakit ngayon himudpat siya kay Governor Gwen Garcia? Simple lang. Dahil ang Cebu po ay rich voting province. Ganun lang yon. Sa tingin nyo, magbibigay siya ng ganitong statement kung hindi panahon ng eleksyon? Diba? Hindi ka rin naman siguro susuportahan. Pero ang alam ko kasi malapit si Governor Garcia sa mga Duterte than the Marcoses. Kundi naman dahil kay VP Sara, siguro hindi ka naman bibit-bitin ni Governor Gwen Garcia. Diba? Pero syempre, hindi nagtatapos yan, May naging statement ng Office of the Ombudsman na ipinost din, of course, ng walang iba kundi ng Freeman. Ano sabi dito ng Office of the Ombudsman? The public declaration of the suspended Cebu Governor Gwen Garcia that she will remain in office notwithstanding the valid suspension order issued by the Office of the Ombudsman that was implemented and served upon her did not come to us as a surprise. Bakit kaya? Sabi dito ng Ombudsman, this is not the first time. Governor Garcia has defied the rule of law, particularly the lawful order and decision of the Office of the Ombudsman. It must be recalled that Governor Garcia, who was then a congressman at the 3rd District of Cebu, was charged before the Ombudsman for the purchase sometime in 2008 of a property that was later found to be underwater. O diba? Imagine nyo, may record na pala itong si Governor Garcia. Accordingly, in the decision dated January 15, 2018, Ombudsman Conchita Carpe Morales ordered that Congresswoman, now Governor Gwen Garcia, be dismissed from the service with accessory penalties of perpetual disqualification from holding public office, cancellation of eligibility, and forfeiture of retirement benefits. In this instance, Congresswoman Gwen Garcia defied the Ombudsman's decision and without any court order remained in office until June 2019 because the decision of the Ombudsman was not implemented by the leadership of the House of Representatives. What puzzles us, however, is the conflicting posture of Governor Garcia in her statement. While in one breath, she claims that the order of preventive suspension is in violation of COMELEC rules, then in another breath, she seeks solace in the Secretary of Interior and Local Government on the interpretation of the COMELEC rules. With all due respect, we view this as a misplaced request from an opinion because aside from the Supreme Court, the only government agency tasked to implement and interpret Omnibus Election Code is the COMELEC. Then she further claims that the office vested with the authority to serve the implement the orders of the Ombudsman is the DILG and PNP. It is the good governor stripping the Ombudsman of its inherent power to implement its orders, decision, and legal. Was it, wait lang, balikan natin. As a matter of practice, the Office of the Ombudsman had in the previous years tapped the TILG and various departments in the executive branch to implement its order and decision with respect to the officials and employees within their administrative supervision and jurisdiction. We realize, however, that our decision and orders were not immediately served and implemented. Worse, it resulted to the leakage of an order or decision, thus giving the respondent the opportunity to seek for injunctive relief before the courts. Hence, the Ombudsman decided to put a stop on this practice. We would like to assure that the good governor, the due process was observed in the issuance of the preventive suspension order. For her guidance, a preventive suspension order is issued before the start of the investigation. The requirements, Section 24 Republic Act 6770, the Ombudsman Act of 1989 was strictly followed. Thus, the Ombudsman or the deputies can prevently suspend an officer or an employee under their authority pending an investigation. This can be done with the evidence of guilt is strong and the charges involve dishonesty, oppression, gross misconduct, and neglect of duty, or if the respondent's continued stay in office might prejudice the case. The suspension without any pay can last until the case terminated by the Office of the Ombudsman, but not exceeding 6 months. Further, in addition to the above provision of the law, a preventive suspension is issued to preserve the documents and evidence pertaining in the case which are under their control and custody and the possibility of being tampered with, to prevent the harassment of witnesses in order to avoid the commission of further malfeasance or misfeasance in office. Governor Garcia owes the Ombudsman an apology for its unfounded accusation and malicious insinuation that politics is involved in the issuance of the preventive suspension order because the Ombudsman is an appointee of the former President Rodrigo Duterte. I would like to remind the good governor that irrespective of whose appointed the Ombudsman, its deputies, or the special prosecutor, and regardless of political color or affiliation of the respondent accused, we shall apply the law justly and fairly, and we shall always be cognizant to the right of the respondent to be presumed innocent. The Office of the Ombudsman has remained and will always remain an independent constitutional office and committed to its mandate to protect the right of the people and fight graft and corruption. O, diba? Ano masasabi niyo dyan? So basically, dapat pala, back in 2018, no? hindi na nakatakbo itong si Gwen Garcia. Based dito sa sinasabi ng statement ng pero bakit hinayaan? Bakit hinayaan? So meron na palang desisyon si dating Ombudsman Conchita Carpio Morales. Bakit hindi na-implement? Sino ang House Speaker at that time? Diba? So dahil may pending decision, ito naman yung tanong natin, dahil may pending decision pala ang Office of the Ombudsman back in 2018, may prescriptive period din ba yon na hindi kailangan na hindi ma-implement? Kung hindi ba na-implement yon, does that mean, tawag dito, hindi na yon ma-implement? Diba? Halimbawa na lang, no, based nga dito sa nabasa natin, na nagkaroon na pala ng decision dati si dating Ombudsman Conchita Carpio Morales. Mabigat yon. Perpetual disqualification. Ang tanong, bakit pa nakatakbo si Governor Garcia after ng decision na yan? Diba? Hindi ba informed ang COMELEC? Wala bang humabol? So basically, ganito yan guys, no? Since yan ang sinabi, no, ng Office of the Ombudsman, ang tanong natin sa Office of the Ombudsman, sir, yung naging decision ba ni dating Ombudsman Conchita Carpio Morales, pwede nyo bang i-implement ngayon? Diba? So, kung sakali man mangyari yon, So, nagkaroon na tuloy ng pag-asa, nagkaroon lalo ng butas itong complainant ni Governor Garcia. Pwede ba nilang ipa-implement yung naging desisyon ng 2019? Ano kaya ang komento dito ni Bongbong Marcos? Pinagtatanggol niya ang isang tao na may mabigat na palang naging desisyon yung dating ombudsman laban kay Garcia. Imagine niyo bumili ng property under the water. So may mga ganito palang nangyayari na hindi natin alam. Diba? Bagay na sana hindi na natin alam kung hindi nagsalita si Governor Garcia. Ngayon, alam na natin na may naging desisyon pala laban sa kanya noong 2018 at hindi na pa-implement. Diba? Nag-apila ba doon? Ito, tanong naman natin, nag-apila ba noon si Governor Garcia? That we don't know. Wala naman sinasabi ang Office of the Ombudsman. But clearly here, may mga bagay-bagay na tayong nagkaroon tuloy ng throwback, diba? Anyway guys, again, maraming salamat sa panonood. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, at i-comment nyo na kung ano ang tingin nyo dito sa pinag-uusapan natin. Ito guys ay pinag-uusapan lang natin. This is a commentary. This is a reaction video. It is not something that we intend to attack the people involved in this issue. Of course not. But the biggest question there is that, gaya ng sinabi ko, can they implement the decision of Conchita Carpio Morales in 2018? Ngayon. Diba? Anyway guys, I'll see you in the next video.